amazing souls, welcome back to another episode with me on my channel Cosmic Contracts with Princess Starlight. So today's episode is first little bit introductory about energies and how they affect our seven chakras. Then I would tap into sexuality and why it is sacred. And then from there I will, because I want to explain on the topic of incest. There are many people who have experienced that, and then they grow up to realize that it is something illegal and it's not welcomed in the society. There is already a lot of taboo around sexuality, expressing your sexual desires, and they try to shut it, shame you, feel, there's a lot of shame, guilt, looking down upon, and making you feel like, you did a wrong thing. And obviously the fear of what will people say comes into your mindset. So today it's very important first to have an open mind when I get into that topic. So before that, you need to understand energies and the work. Okay, so who am I? Firstly, I am a lawyer, then I am a karmic healer, and I work as an intuitive. So for karma, I'm an intuitive channel for the karmic board, and as a healer, all right, as a healer, I am a from the rose lineage, healing for unconditional love. And the love, okay, so your soul, in short, let's get into the topic. So your soul, like the yin and yang ball that you see, okay, your soul is like an energy ball made of masculine energy and feminine energy. Now, feminine is to do with your inner world. That's why you see they are told women are supposed to be in the house, nurturing, taking care. No, they somehow mixed the knowledge. Soul has the feminine and masculine energy. Feminine is about tapping into your inner world, getting in tune with your intuition. All right, intuition, I'm sorry. Then creativity, the authentic you or the unique you. Sorry, I did not have anything. I just wanted to do this on record so that you understand. And then the masculine energy is the more outward energy, which takes action, which is about decision making, which is about taking action. And feminine is more kind of relaxed and everything. New age, new age earth, or this new age era, the Aquarius one, is more to do with empowering. So it's empowering the feminine and energy of the soul. And right now, for thousands and thousands of years, it was disempowered. And now, as we start to realize why this energy is distorted and disempowered, and we start to release the pain, suffering, trauma that we have accumulated life after life through incarnation. All right. So, okay, can we get the focus? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I really need to get something to hold and get the image. All right, so now what happens is, so for a very long time this was disempowered, and because of that, for thousands and thousands of years, the soul, because soul is energy, it's like an energy ball up there in the spiritual world, and then when we come from the spiritual world to the physical world, so let's say this is the spiritual world, and from here you come into the physical world. Here you get a vessel that is known as body. All right, And now this energy is stored in your vessel or body, and through this energy in the outer world you act. And so whatever is happening in your outer world is actually the energy that is stored in your inner world. So now, as we start clearing the energy for the divine feminine, what will happen is we will start becoming empowered. We will start we'll tune into the divine feminine aspect, which will help us connect with our intuition, bringing in creativity at emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual level. So, if you are birthing your business, if you have a great idea, if you want to explore more of how, the divine energies, how to bring in more joy, peace, there's no limit. It's just that we have to have a bigger picture. And on planet Earth, whatever the ideas are, cultures are, ideas, belief systems, everything, it's nothing compared regarding love and all these things. The idea is very, very limited. All right, compared to what is up there, what the love of divine is or the cosmic energy is. It's always abundant, infinite with those energy sources. All right, so as we increase the power, clear the channel, we tap into your intuition because we are connecting with our inner self. Then creativity comes in, and through that we are expressing our authentic self, and we are tapping into the unique you and also your soul mission or purpose that you call, because every soul is created for a purpose, every soul has a mission. So ultimately, to connect all things and live happy, okay, abundant, and life of unconditional love, living in that space as a soul will start to happen. So if you are not matching right now, your current life is not in a space where you feel good about your life or feel happy, abundant love, peace is also there, then creating happiness. Okay, the pen is gone. Sorry. And all these things, all right, so we have to tap into what's blocked energy wise. Now mainly I work with feminine energy, but there are people who also work with the masculine. If you go on Google and just look at the empowered, disempowered feminine and masculine energy, you will see, you will get to know, like what are the energies when it's disempowered, how the feelings that you have, and when it is empowered. So disempowered and empowered, and this is the energy of soul. Now let's say next page, let's say now we have now we are all in incarnate form on this planet, okay. So now we have these 7 chakras: 4, 5, 6, 7 in our body, and then there are 5 outside. Okay, now let's take these 5 bodies and let's put them in a tube, and then this is our outer body. Okay, sorry for the structure. Okay, now what happens is, why okay, so from I work with the Divine Feminine Council as well, and it's to do with the more of, because of the Divine Feminine, it's more about working with the feminine energy and releasing it from your body, releasing the distorted energy which has trauma, pain, suffering. And I work with Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary, Radha Ma, Isis, whichever mother I feel connected to. But usually I call Mother Mary for her healing emerald ray. Then there is Lady Portia and Holy Amethyst for the wild flame, for the karmic removal of karmic patterns, and Mary Magdalene for the pink and red rose of healing, Lady Nada for the again for the pink for the heart space, and then so on and so forth. There are different colors of roses and different meanings and significance of that. So there is a lot of teaching. So why why I work with the womb healing, and what motivated me to do this video and reach to the point where I'll explain various aspects, and then with a little bit of awakened consciousness, we'll talk about certain taboo topics, all right, and we'll see that what can we basically do about it. Now this is your root, so it's actually at the tip of your spine. Okay, let's make this the tip. Now this is your root chakra, and let's learn about womb healing. Now womb healing, so this is I usually call it the storing pot. Let's make it a pot. Okay, this is sorry, this is the pot. All right, so I always call it the storing pot. This is where the divine feminine energy gets stored, whether empowered or disempowered. Now, what happens is in your outer circumstances, whatever happened that shut your nurturing, kind, compassionate, loving, caring nature, whatever suppress that, oppress that, kind of just completely shut you, or whatever you have felt energy wise, in short, in sorts of emotion, because emotion is what? It's energy in motion. That's why I say how you feel in your so this is second, third, fourth. So okay, it has actually it had to go a little more up. Let's take this heart is here. Okay, so fourth chakra is with your heart chakra, and whatever you are basically creating, whatever you are thinking, it's creating a sorry, feeling, it's creating a pattern, and then moves up to your mind space. And in the mind space, you know, you have your thoughts, and they are now running like a pattern in you. And then because of this connection, this heart and mind connection, you end up taking actions in your outer world. Is this clear? Okay, now coming back to womb. So this pot is where you store all the feelings, emotions, thoughts of how you felt in here. Okay, and supposing any kind of sexually repressed feeling, or any kind of violation, or any kind of trauma, pain, suffering, all is here. Whether somebody saw it or did not see it, whether you were the one who was the victim to it, or somebody you did it to somebody, the point is it gets stored here. So there are many aspects of feelings that are going to get stored here. These are very few, but the prime ones, which you see at the collective level, like somebody if they have gone through sexual assault, rape, then incest. So all these taboo talks of sex, like incest, then rape, then sexual assault, even for like little verbal sexual like verbally people say things, or through gestures. All right, through gestures also they try to sexually express themselves through gestures, and that thing, that gesture also releases an energy, and the receiver absorbs it. Now who has a womb? Now, this energy within your physical body, there are other layers of bodies inside your physical vessel, and there are four layers. So there are four layers, all right. And then one of them is mental, emotional, and then your spiritual, and so on and so forth. So your energy body is where your chakras are there, and then there are souls on this planet who can see that. The more your energy system is clean, it's just like, you know, there are water pipes from top to bottom. There are like in inside the wall of the house space, we have electric wires running, or let's take the water pipe. So if it's blocked at some space, then maybe there is some place where the water is tagged, and there's some place where there is no flow at all. Then, you know, so basically distorted connection. The connection is not right, it's not flowing properly. And if it's not flowing properly, then I am not connected to the cosmic source above me. All right, so Let's make another diagram because I've done too much. So now let's talk about the pot. Okay, so this is my womb space, this is my pot, and below my pot is the tip where the root chakra exists, and this is the root chakra. And if I go down, then for females, this is the part where we have the yoni. And now yoni is the sacred space from where you get the through physical contact, it gets entry to your sacred space. That's why through the teachings of divine feminine, now there are many layers of why it is sacred and how you're going to honor it, who can enter, and all these things. Now in males, okay, in males they have the penis, but they have the small opening. So as a soul today, if this incarnation I'm in a female body, tomorrow I can be in a man's body. So the female body is usually more of the receiver, but that doesn't mean that the male body is not receiving. It's receiving, it's in its testicles. And also the womb, in this energy body, the womb energy chakra is in the male body as well. So even males have a womb. So if there's a woman who has physically got this physical vessel removed out of their body, doesn't mean that they do not have the womb chakra. That is where all your energy is getting stored. Got it? Now, coming back, now what happens is, so this is a very sacred space and there are many teachings about it, so I won't get into it, but just giving you an idea that this is the only entry point to this nearest. So if it's from the mouth very far away, okay, let's take the back part, the anus part, then also not. This is the sacred path to enter and impregnate and create a life, okay, in this womb space. Sorry, not the root one, the womb space. All right, so this is, therefore there are very sacred teachings about how you honor it, about how you can protect it, how you can, there are so many teachings, and many divine mothers across various religions have talked about it. Okay, many cultures, religions, it's just that the religion institutions have suppressed it for a very very long time. But if you look at the temples or the books that are left by our ancestors and how beautifully things are described in that, they were actually much more open on these topics than we are today. We are suppressing with shame, guilt, and not even exploring our own desires. Some people really want to explore love making in various different forms you cannot even imagine. And then if they share, their, like, they are judged for it. Okay, so now this is the womb where things are getting stored. Now, how you are feeling, it's going to reflect, it's going to come out on the surface. Sooner or later it'll start coming on surface. So there will be certain feeling that comes on the surface and doesn't make you feel good, or makes you feel uneasy, insecure, you're not safe, or you're always worried, or all these things. Okay, especially when it's more the feelings are more related to the sexual nature and you're not comfortable. So in your relationship with sexual intimacy, or you're scared to get into those spaces, what happens is that in this womb, okay, this, it's like a it's like a boiling, there, it's like something is boiling inside, then it comes to the surface, rises up, and because you don't want to accept it or be aware of it, you just want to suppress it, it goes back down into the pot. And here again it's boiling, 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 and then the steam, like a steam, the energy, the old toxic energy starts to rise, and it moves on to your other chakras above. And now every chakra has their own function. So depending on what is the feeling or the energy that is in this pot boiling, it will affect the chakras in their own space. So if this is the heart chakra and womb chakra have a lot of connection. And short, actually, these four: root, sacral, solar, heart chakra. Okay, and these four have a connection, but with the divine feminine, it's the part of Yoni, the sacred space from where you enter to get the cosmic creation. And this is the root. This also absorbs the energy while when you are in that intimate act. And then in the womb, all the energy that is released is stored. So your spirituality and your sexuality or sexual needs, desires, they are very deeply connected. And maybe that is one of the reasons why it's put in the circle of taboo for thousands and thousands of years, and made to feel that if you have such desires, it's a sin, or it's bad and you are immoral. And so many ideas are put since we take birth. And in every religion and culture, very few places on planet, they encourage you to explore your sexual side. Not many accept that. Now what happens is, why womb clearing? Because whatever you are feeling here is going to affect the chakras above. All right, and in this place, okay, so if you must have seen in the chemistry experiments, there is always a funnel, and then drip by drip the essence falls. So here things in the pot are settling, so the more dense things will start settling here and making this thick layer. All right, the thick dense starry layer over here, and then it will start to this energy will start dripping and getting into your root chakra. And in this root chakra is the building of your belief system, and every block that has helped create this belief system or this belief building foundation. The foundation is coming from your inner child. That is your childhood days. What did you experience as a child? And then again, there are layers to it. And then when you go out into the world, what did you experience? And then your five areas of your life: your career, your finance, your personal relationships, your romantic relationships, your professional relationship. Everything decides your personal belief about your own self, how you see the world. And then again, layers after layers in the belief system are there. In the same way, for longer periods, what's getting stored is becoming tarry, thick, dense over here. So that is why, if my pot is full with these energies, then from the cosmos, okay, so from the above, the cosmic power, which is infinite and everything, so from the cosmos, the universal energy that is flowing, even if I bring it into my chakras somehow, but if I have this negative energy stored here, and my root chakra is also carrying wrong belief systems about myself, then instability will come. So if the belief system is not good, then there will be instability. I will feel insecure a lot in various ways. And there are many other things again that are coming. For the womb, sexually, it's more to do with your sexuality. And if your sexuality is suppressed in any way, then your creative energy is suppressed. Creative energy is suppressed, then your intuition, then in your intuition you cannot produce your authentic you. So this, you see, it's all connected. And this is very limited that I am trying to tell you here, just trying to give you an aspect of how things work. So if I try to bring in energy and I am holding negative energy here, not clearing this system, okay, if I'm not clearing this system and clearing my root chakra, which is for grounding to Mother Gaia. So this is your, let's take, this is Mother Gaia, and it's this is her crystal heart or crystalline heart. If I do not ground my energies here, then I'm not forming a stable connection. When once I form a stable connection, only then I need to start to see what I am holding within. For this, there is womb clearing. This is my major work of womb healing, so that you can find the divine inner you, release your power, tap into your abundance, your creativity, getting in tune with your intuition, so that you don't have to rely on the outer world, but your inner self. Know that you're sufficient. You can always choose the right thing. You don't have to, don't people say that you, if you do not listen to others, because if you're listening to yourself, your soul will guide you to the right place. Your intuition will always land you up in the right place. So this clearing is what I was doing for one of my, so I, for a very long time, I was doing this just for myself. But then one person from friend's friend, she heard about it, and then she said that she had certain issues, and she came to me, and I said that I haven't really started this on a bigger scale. I'm still I was just doing the map making and everything. So she said, no, no, whatever the help is, but let's do it. So I said, maybe this is like the time for me to jump into these things now. And I did it for her. And that is why where she came up with the topic of incest. Yes, trigger warning. So her journey was, her life story was of incest, and that she felt that this was very natural. Nobody told her that this is wrong. She grew up, only then she understood that it is not just a taboo, but it's kind of illegal. And then the various things that arose from this kind of situation that she went through in her life, and what all she faced, and how as an adult it is still affecting her. So as we dive deep from her heart space to womb space, and I wasn't much sure what's going to come out, but to my amazement too, when I was doing this work with her, we got into the root, and that root was connected to her inner child issues. That in the childhood, she got into this incest relationship with her cousin, and that was kind of first happy, then it went wrong, and all those drama that another person entered, and how she felt about all these things, and then her inner child belief system was created that affected her root chakra. So you see, things are interconnected. Main is to do what you have experienced, how you felt, what you collected. Then, with that collection, what is your belief system, whether it's coming from inner child, past life, ancestry, social norms. So, there are various aspects to dive into and then bring out the root. And we ended up finding the root cause, where she realized why she felt a lot of detachment, distance. She could not connect with her, not just her adult relationships that she's having as an adult, but she could not connect with her own self because of this journey that the soul experienced in this incarnation. And as she released, okay, it's like something, this is her experience, that she felt lighter. And this is something that I have done recently for her, so I don't know how it's going to help her, but even to feel that something has released and left my body is very important. So and now whatever is boiling, releasing toxins, then the above chakras also, it's impacting in different ways. So if there is, supposing you especially if you're in sexual intimacy, let's say it was not out of love, okay, it was not a respectful thing, not out of respect, it was not honorable, or it was not tender in any way, or kindness. In short, it was not out of mutual consent. It in any way, if it was forced or violent, or your physical space your energy boundary was all these things violated without your permission, then you know this is getting, everything is here, and the pain, the suffering, so whatever, because of you did not do this act because of all these things for each other, and it can be vice versa, the energy is getting absorbed anyhow. So whether you were the one who was the victim or the one who was doing it to somebody, if you're not sharing this energy, these energies, when you are in that intimate act, and so this will, if this is getting absorbed, it you can put this under the light energies. But if there is any kind of violation, okay, then on all levels, I remember I told you that there are four inner bodies, then at every level the energy is getting absorbed of how the person made you feel and how they violated you and what even you are feeling at that time. So again, vice versa, the energy is getting exchanged. But with the womb, the physical womb of the physical body, it's more like the because of this entry point, there is more absorption, and it's like this intimate act is like a sponge where you're absorbing each other's dense, deep down, whatever the energy is to the depths, that is getting absorbed. So you will absorb one's belief systems, one energy that's stored in womb as well, and many other parts. Okay, so if this was not there but this was there, then your energy is getting blocked, right? And because we do not get support from our society, because society doesn't want to talk about it, they just want to say that it's your fault and just shush away, and they want to just put this matter under the rug and you never want to talk about this. Then even at times you don't find support from your family members, and in many cases the mothers ask their children. So even girls, at large, girls, definitely we know that on collective level girls are more target for these sexual physical activities, but it's not the case. Even boys and transgenders, and you know it's nothing to do with gender actually. People who have that kind of mindset will anyhow do it. Some do not realize that's wrong, and some then realize it's wrong, but then they don't know how to fix it. So for those people also, this is the lesson, that you are also, even if you are the perpetrator, you are also absorbing. And if you have now come to your awakening to the grand consciousness that what you did is wrong and it's affecting your life right now, then there is a chance that you can improve, right? But there's work and healing that needs to be done. So when you do not find acceptance, you don't find support, you don't find encouragement, love, or just to hear that no, it's not your fault, it's all right, these things happen, it's the world. And from the spiritual aspect, if I say, you're a soul on a journey, and when we go through these rough situations, these dense situations, they cause a lot of pain, suffering, and trauma. But when you work yourself out that you don't deserve this, you're not supposed, this does not define your entire life, and you want to get out of it, and then you desire that you need to get out again, want to be in that space of happiness, abundance, unconditional love, like many people on earth get, that they are creating their dream worlds and dream lives and getting their dream lover. Then when you realize that you are not, then once you start working out of this to get back into those energies that I just showed you, that space, then what happens is that when you get out of it, you also become a warrior, an advanced soul ascending on this path, because you have experienced this kind of energy. And when once you clear this energy and move above, you also become a way shower for other people. You become a more strong, capable soul who knows that I am enough. The love is in me. I love myself first. I honor my body self. I respect myself first. And I know the way because I am in tune with my inner self, with my soul, my intuition, which guides me to my divine soul plan, purpose, or mission. So, this was little about energies clearing, especially the womb part. And remember, so what did we cover so far? The four bodies we covered, then the second chakras. Once you start clearing these, because in the three lower chakras, root, solar or the womb, and then the solar plexus, most of the humans, okay, so these three, most of the humans, the souls as human life, they spend using only the energies that's stored in these three chakras. But as you start clearing all, because this is where it's stored, your heart space opens, and this is like a magnet to give and receive. And if your energy is closed, then even if cosmos is trying to send you, the universe cosmos is trying to send you divine universal energies, your receiving center, your transmitter is shut because of these chakras that are storing the dense energy. So automatically you are not receiving much, maybe something here and there, but not too much. And then so now imagine the spiritual gurus, like they just think and they can manifest. So that's the level of energy, and beyond even we can't imagine. I can't also imagine that much, maybe you can. So whatever, wherever your imagination runs, that what the increase in energy can give you. All right, so when you open, you receive more love and everything from your same. So we have to first clear these dense energies that get stored here, and then as we bring in more cosmic energy from above, we start opening, and all the seven chakras open. And if they are fully balanced and functioning properly up to some extent, that's when your light body gets activated. It's the innermost body, and I guess this is so I'm not sure, but maybe I'm thinking that the light body is your bliss body. But again, I will say that I will stick to light body. Light body is your astral soul body from which you travel, and you don't need your physical body as much. So there are many spiritual gurus, especially in the monasteries and the temples, who do not engage much in the human world. They stay separate, and they have this power. So they have this power to just travel, astral travel with their light bodies, or they just travel with their bodies, not the physical one, but the body that's within, and they are always present at every place on the planet. And as you start increasing your energies, opening your energy centers by clearing these dense energies below, what happens is your psychic abilities. All right, so I think, please do not judge my spelling. So the psychic abilities, that's the five inner senses of the bodies get opened. One is the nose, where you can smell different things than the rest of the humans. Your third eye gets open, that's clairvoyance over right here. Then claircognizant is feeling or knowing more, okay. And then what else is there? Hearing, you can hear far off things. And one more thing I'm missing. So you understood the five psychic abilities, right? Clairaudience, claircognizance, then clairsentient, and clairvoyance. What am I missing? Okay, but you got the point. The five psychic abilities, these are the five senses of the inner you, actually. So it is not supernatural. If you break the word supernatural, what are you getting? Natural, which is super. That is why it's supernatural. So it's nothing, something, some magic or something. The magic is that you get in touch with your inner body by clearing your energy systems. Here, this is where the dense energies of your karma, your ancestry, your personal, society, everything is getting stored here in all these three, and then it's blocking your heart in some ways. And the above three also get get blocked in some way. But the more you start working on these three and move up, things will start to change. And then the more you work, you will be able to move into your inner worlds more than your outer world. And when you start tapping into your inner world, what happens is your five psychic abilities will enhance, and so some will get opened. Like for me, my clairvoyance right now is slightly cracked open. So what happens is when I'm sitting in my meditations, I get certain images, pictures, and then clear cognizance that I have a certain feeling, and I know to my bone that that is true. Like when I started working on this divine feminine womb healing, and all the divine mothers started coming in, I was like, okay, but Mary Magdalene is for the womb specially. But then I realized that I was already working with Lady Nada in some form, and her human incarnation, one of the human incarnation, was also Mary Magdalene. And all most of the divine mothers were the goddesses in their culture. And then Lady Nada, Mary Magdalene, and Lady Liberty, they have been lawyers. Mary Magdalene, more in sense of she's a leader of the divine feminine. She is called the female Christ. All right, so Jesus is the Christ of masculine energy, and she is of the feminine. But in her stage, in the ages where she was born, it was not accepted that a female has so much of power, till now also. But now the momentum has gained through women empowerment. But if you see behind the bodies, it's the divine feminine energy that is at rise. So even men who are sensitive, who love to take care of the house, cook, even now they are speaking in some form, very slightly, but we can hear the voice that yes, even men can cry, men can cook, men can also take care of the house. There are not many men, there are men who do not want to go out and work, they want to take care of the house, and they are okay with it, but the society is not okay with them. And that is why they get targeted, so they have to put on that mask. So in every way, we are somewhere putting on a mask, and as we start to remove that mask, we start to clear the energies, bring out the authentic self, the honest version of ourself. We tap into the cosmic energy. The pool of cosmic energy is always open for us, but as long as we stay in the dense energy. So this is the navel, okay, where below this these two chakras, they are there. So like a drum, okay, if you have seen Shiva's drum, it goes kind of like this. All right, it goes like this. And all your negative karmic energy, because of these three chakras, is getting settled. The dense energies are getting settled here. So even if I'm bringing in positive energy, the cosmic energy flow from above, but if my dense energy, the karmic energy, is not cleared from here, then no point. It's only going to bring more instability, more shock, and even when the electric current is not passing nicely, what happens? A blast may also happen. And that's why people they get into, because of this disbalance, they get into, first it starts with stress, then it moves to anxiety, and from anxiety it moves to depression, and some people, for them it gets worse. And then all these things that we see, amnesia and going literally mental disbalance, all these things are the play of energy in some form. As more and more people start matching spirituality and science experiments together, it's like for a very long time they have been Julia and Caesar. The families don't want them to be together. But in modern times, if the marriage happens between the spirituality and the science world, if that marriage happens, then the union of the spiritual studies and the scientific studies will start proving that it's something to do with the energy. Because now there are cameras that can map the aura, then there are machines which are seeing what happens when what is the activity of your brain when you are in your meditative state. So now these scientific tools are coming up, machines are coming up that can map the energy. And many doctors, engineers, lawyers, in through their own profession, they have discovered something in the spiritual world. And because of their professional, especially the doctors, because of their professional awareness on the subject, and knowing that even after the therapy and everything, something, there is usually a root cause. And when they find the spirituality and connect with it, they find the clear bridge that is missing, that the bridge that links to the root cause, and it kind of heals. So they became healers in that field. Now they are spiritual healers. So that awakening happens. And so this drum is heavy, thick, dense, and it will always, like an anchor, keep you grounded in the 3D world. And that's why we need to clear this before working and inviting the cosmic energy and aligning all the chakras. And as we move the kundalini energy, which is here at the tip of the spine, it's like the serpent is sleeping here. As your energy clears, it will start rising up. When you see the two snakes, they are the divine masculine and feminine snakes, in short. And when they rise up and everything gets connected, your light body gets activated, that's when your divinity opens up. So new age era is about bringing balance, awakening the, so one second, last, so this is last thing. So your new new age, or this golden Aquarius, whatever you want to call it, is the age of divine feminine. So bringing back the feminine power in energy, and this is the feminine power of the soul. Okay, of the soul. Soul is like an energy ball. And then when this starts to rise and you start finding your divinity, also bringing balance between the two energies, then with the balance, tapping into your divinity. Then there are many other concepts, but these are the main ones, that you have to tap into your divinity to make a space of unconditional love. Then what you true heart's desire, so what you truly want to do, what makes you, in short, happy, creating more peace, hope for the planet. And this is what, usually uh, creating these spaces is usually the task of Startseeds or Lightworkers. They have already worked through it, but they came back to the dense energy. So they have to, they chose certain lessons to awaken their power, their light in them, and help others. So these are the space that is getting created. How you understand the space, if you see a politician and you see how many people come to his meetings or rallies, the public meetings, and how people get attracted to them, or there is a spiritual guru and see how many people get attracted to him, it's their energy. The aura has expanded, that so many souls are getting attracted to this one person. So the energy is not seen, but you can understand, it's like, a tower, and your energy is so widespread, the range is so much that everybody is going to catch your signal. So it's we can say that it's like, this is the human tower. The more you ground yourself to Mother Gaia, then there is crystalline agartha networks in here. Then there is the heart of Gaia. All right. And this is crystalline, and she also holds too many codes from various civilizations and everything. So there are codes laying dormant. So how you get that into your body, your vessel, and activate that. So your codes are usually, everything is in your body if you're here on a mission for this new earth. But if this is mostly in your body, start clearing, your things will start to get activated. But you also can get codes that are laying dormant in Mother Gaia for a very, very long time, and then there is the cosmos up there from where you can download further information. But if you are a star seed or light worker, most of the things, let's say 90% of what you need is in here. The only thing is you have to do your energy work, and then you become. So I was talking about politicians and the spiritual gurus, so they kind of become like this tower radiating signal. Okay, and then millions and millions and millions of people, or thousands depending on the following, if you see, that's all. Even for the singers, all right, like Beyonce, Rihanna, Ariana Grande, Kishore Kumar, Lata Mangeshkar, so many good singers around the globe. It's their energy. You don't see that, but it's their energy. They are so tuned into their inner self. Okay, inner self, that when they sing, they speak, they write from the soul, the wisdom and knowledge that is stored in the soul, in the inner self. And that's what you do when you dig out all these information. Oh god, I had thought I will just speak 20 minutes, but I have so much more to share with you people. But I hope you understand entire point of this topic is that you have to clear your energy, to raise your clear energy, to raise your vibration. You can see the emotional chart. Okay, all right, so if you see this chart, please do not take this chart lightly, because even I found recently that it was made after many case studies. Okay, so if you see here, if you're still in shame, guilt, apathy, grief, all these, this red circle, and if you are going through this, it's in your inner body, in your energy body, and the more you start releasing, you start rising up. So this is the vibration, emotional vibration chart, and this has come out of thousands and thousands of studies. So I realized while watching in a video that it's something, not to be taken lightly. After a lot of research and case studies, this chart was created. So Buddha ji was on enlightenment, Jesus, Krishna, and all the other, most of the ascended masters, they talked about love. And Jesus and Mary Magdalene were the most recent divine twin flame counterpart who came here, did a lot of the soul plan, whatever they had, most of it they did, but some they still couldn't do it. So they were the recent masters that came here. Okay, so clear energy, increase your vibe. Then the second is your from where you will start your clearing. So the three chakras. Okay, and then womb healing is very important, or womb clearing healing, so whatever you want to call that. So you can do this on yourself, or you can take help from a spiritual healer. Then when you start doing this will open your heart. Heart is your receiver and giver space. So if you want to receive more, you'll have to open your heart, which means clearing your three chakras, and the other three above that will automatically, somehow they that the above ones, they don't need much work, because if you do the work on three, which hold most of your negative energy, then it's going to come in from your own karma of this life, past life, then your ancestry, then your social environment, or what you have collected through your sexual interactions. Always everything comes back to your karma and all those things. So this work is more important. And through the womb healing, remember, the womb healing is like the storing pot of all the emotions and feelings. And sorry, the pot went a little, yeah. So this is where you hold all your feminine energy, most of it. So whatever is stored here is blocking you to reach your divine feminine potential. And New Age era is all about, clearing and tapping into your inner self, that releases your love and light of the soul and God given gifts. So it's nothing to do with magic or all those things. The magic is you, yourself, your soul. So I really hope all this information and bad drawing, whatever it was, it really helped you. And lots of love and light from Princess. I really like to sign my name all the place. All right, Princess Starlight. All right, I really hope this all helped you with too much of love from my heart to your heart. Thank you, everybody.